Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm John. My wife Becky's behind the camera. We're the sorcerers, and this is a pickup from our last video where we were photographing what listings we had built. Just to recap, we're a husband and wife, part-time eBay sellers. We also sell on Poshmark and do a little bit on Facebook Marketplace and things like that. But we do this part-time. We're doing it to obviously help support the family and help Becky stay home from work because she's an RN. So she's trying to get more time at home because she's been doing it for several years and she wants to kind of wean away from that. So this is what we try to do is a daily vlog. So far we've been reasonably successful. This is I think our 8th video and we've been doing it for about a week and a half. And we just want to show what it's like to be eBay sellers, kind of a day in the life thing, to see what we do and how we go about doing it. So right now I'm going to get back to photographing. We built some listings last night. It was late in the night, so we shot that video and then called it a day. So we're picking up where we left off. And this first one that I'm going to do is an Ellen Tracy vintage top. It's a very unique one. It has a prairie style yoke with it's a popover top, and it's got long tapered sleeves. Whoop, that one's not buttoned. So it's really unique. We think it has a prairie look, and it's a sateen finish, and probably thinking it's from the 70s. So I'm just going to snap a few pictures here and get that out there for the world to see. We get good natural lighting in this room, but this phone clouds everything. So we should...
Now you know what I mean?
Yeah, go back to my phone, which is a, what is that one? My phone? What version?
It's a 5 SE.
Yeah, this is
Super cheap one.
So I have a very cheap phone, but the photos are fantastic. So anyhow, we listed this one fairly high because I personally think it's a one of a kind. How many people have seen tops that look like this that are still being made? None that I know of. I haven't seen any because when we build the listings, we go out there and see what's out there, obviously, so we can price it along with the market and to see if one already exists. And I didn't find anything near close to this. But there are I can't remember what the number was, but I think the number of this maker's tops that sold was somewhere in the 40 range, and there was some selling upwards of I think maybe 100, maybe even more than that. So they do very well. They're vintage, so they're almost one of a kinds. Anyhow, that takes care of that one. And let me.
Do you like selling vintage?
Yes, I do. I probably enjoy vintage more than anything. I would say that my niche is vintage sweatshirts. And the most oddest ones are the ones that seem to command the most money. Because who else is going to have them? Most of them are either just sitting in the back of somebody's closet or they've been lost, destroyed, thrown out. So there's very few of them. So people tend to, I don't know, be nostalgic, but there's always a good market for it, and they do very well.
So the weirder the better?
To an extent, I imagine. Some can be just way too weird that there's no market for them at all. But let me show you what the app that eBay has to give a white background, and you can see that it tends to leave some of the background in it, so it makes it not worth saving. So I would not keep that.
Brick. Okay, yeah.
So I'll just do not now, and then it'll just populate them.
I would take a picture of the awesome tag.
Oh.
Vintage items, you have to put the tag in there because that's how people date the piece.
Oh, right.
And once you put it away in your inventory, you don't want to have to drag it back out.
That's a good call. Okay, let me crop that.
So what are you pricing this shirt at?
I think I put 95. Let me see.
Do you run sales?
Yes, regularly. I know it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's a marketing scheme, but we tend to, we fluctuate the sale because it's driven by what our goals are. So sometimes people can find stuff on sale for 40%. Sometimes we generally do about 20-25%, and we kind of rotate them as we go, depending on, again, what our target is. Yep, I had it listed for 95. And I put this priority shipping even though it's very lightweight, just because anything that's higher value, and I would say 95 is higher value in our closet, I like to have the insurance on it. And it doesn't cost more than a couple more dollars than would ship it first class. So that listing is complete. One down. Like I mentioned before, we try to shoot for at least 10 a day, so we're comfortable with being productive. If we don't get 10 out there a day, we feel like we haven't really been feeding the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Because we definitely believe there's a correlation between listings and how the eBay algorithm works. If the monster wants to see you feeding it wants to be treated well, and I think that helps push you up in the views in the search engine, and it's just all around
For
skills that you
us,
have. Yes,
that's for us. And it's your own consistency. If you list 3 days a week, you better list 3 days a week. If you list every day, you need to list every day. We choose to list every day. So we
Yeah.
have to list every day.
right.
But some people only list once a week. But as long as you're consistent with once a week, they say it's exactly the same.
So it can detect your
It's your
slack.
consistency.
Oh, well, that's good.
But I noticed that when we list every day, it does promote sales. Like within the hour, you start
Yes.
getting
It's
offers and
strange how that
sales.
happens. Yeah.
So when the day's running slow, it gets you motivated to put some listings out, and then you start making your money.
Right.
Because we have daily goals,
Yes, we do.
right?
Right. No zooming in, please.
Whoa.
Anyhow, we don't want our videos to be too long, so I'm just gonna cut it from one listing, and I think we might try to piece together the other ones that we photograph. Hopefully it gives you some pointers on how we do our photographing, how we crop them, how we describe them, to kind of give you an idea of how to get a good listing out there. Because I do believe that the image is a big driver in the price that it commands. When I do a search and you search for items sold, and then I sort them by highest price, and now it's not 100% accurate, but it tends to be better images. And I don't know if that's just in the clothing region, because I imagine like if you're looking for tools, some guy that's out there looking for a certain ratchet set could really care less if it's got good lighting or not. He just wants to know if it has the specific tools that he's looking for and it's in his price range. But somebody who's looking for a blouse, they probably don't want to see it laying on the floor next to the mop, or the kitchen mop or something like that. They want to see it presented well. So I think it helps in getting you the price range that you're aiming at.
So what other things do you think you're going to list today? Have you picked out some items?
Yep. We've already got this, so this eases it, because sometimes, I won't say it's the anxiety, but if you don't tackle and find what it is you want to list, you don't really go straight at it and say, all right, let's knock out our listings. Then you're like, well, we gotta look, and where do you want to look, and what do you want to list? But we've already picked them out, so do you want me to
Yeah.
touch them? All right. Diane von Furstenberg dress.
That's a silk knit dress.
That is awesome. She does very well. Talbot's. Nice, kind of
Nice
summer dress.
silk. That's a silk sundress. Very nice.
Yes.
Peasant style.
And Taylor blouse.
That's new a
Very
tag.
nice. American Eagle chambray. Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
like
boho, I guess. Express. That's a nice one. Got matte buttons. Epaulets. Another Ann Taylor dress.
pretty. Love it.
Bell sleeves. Becky's teaching me all the terms. Ooh, this is nice. A logging look. Right?
That is a very expensive linen blazer.
TSE. It's
Yes.
silk linen blend.
Yes, very nice.
The logging look is what they call like a layered type look. So it's loose and baggy, relaxed. Usually linen, or often it's linen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Crown and Ivy. I don't know whose brand that is.
I think that is Macy's.
Okay. Nice blouse
Maybe.
with tags. Hervé Bernard. We always joke about this for some reason because we have some in our inventory, but the sales are very slow on it.
Well, I picked that because of the color and it's linen and it's vintage.
Yeah, I was just gonna
That
say
is
that.
nice.
That's almost logging look right there.
It's got a mandarin collar, button front. That's very nice.
And if I grab another one, it's gonna fall off. So
One's getting ready to
yeah, last one is another Talbot's blouse. Very nice. I don't think that's new, but it's almost new. So that's what we will list today. And then just gonna finish it up by photographing a few more things and get
How
on
many-
with our day.
How many things did you take to the post office today?
I think it was 9 or 10. We had 2 Poshmark sales. One was a good one. What were those shoes? Prada.
Some Prada shoes,
Sold
yes.
a nice pair of Prada shoes for I think it was $89. And a Victoria's Secret was a camisole or
Like a
slip
nightie.
nightie. And then on eBay we sold I think it was 7 things.
I think it was 8.
8, and 2 of them were international. One was these wild, I don't know what color you call those leather pants, but they
Like
were
a
vintage
mint.
robin's egg
Yeah.
that went overseas, and then a nice velvet skirt by
A vintage Evan Picone velvet
Picone.
maxi skirt.
That was like $60 or something. That went overseas.
So vintage is worth
Yes, absolutely.
getting into the market.
Highly advised if you see something vintage. If you don't know about it, but you can tell that it's old, pick it up. Oh, there's a bluebird outside the window. I get distracted by birds. I'm sorry, but it's like perfect.
Is it on the thing?
on the
It's been there all
post.
day.
I don't think
It was there earlier. It's on the light fixture thing. Lantern.
Okay, sorry for the distraction. We better cut it short. How much time is that now?
14 minutes.
Okay, we will sign out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you soon. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.